round the clock, learning's a home. You get the education for all. Gyanwani, Gyanwani, education at your doorstep. It's only Gyanwani.
Namaskar, my name is Shilpa Jadhav. I am teaching sociology in NJ Acharya and DK Marathi College at Chembur. Friends, today we are going to see unit number 4, Environment and Society, Global Environment Issues and Initiatives of the State and International Agencies. Aims and Objectives. This unit is designed to introduce you to understand the global environment issues. The global environment consists of atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere, in which life-sustaining resources of the earth are contained. The atmosphere, which is a mixture of various gases, mainly nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide and water vapor, extending outward from the surface of the earth, evolved from the elements of the earth that were gasified during its formation. And after studying this unit, you will be able to understand: the first, describe the various global environments issues; the second, identify the relevance of sustainable development; the third point, understand on intellectual property rights and patterning of a traditional knowledge; and the last one, know the global environment movements north and south. Now we are going to see the introduction part. Human beings live in the realm of nature. They are constantly surrounded by it and interact with it. The most intimate part of the nature in relation to man is the biosphere. Man is aware of the influence of the nature in the form of air he breathes, water he drinks, and food he eats. Mankind and civilization cannot exist without this precious gift of nature. Earth is the only planet where other living beings have evolved because of the availability of all ingredients such as air, water, food, energy, etc., which are essential for life. The importance of environment has been underestimated for too long, resulting in damage to human health, reduction in productivity, and undermining the future development prospect. After a century of swallowing noxious fumes and toxic chemicals released by automobiles, industries, power plants, Mother Nature has begun to show sign of sickness and serious environmental damage. Now we are going to see debate of sustainable development and the ecological aspects. On the earth, man is a part of the natural phenomenon consisting of the soil, air, water, plants and animal, including man himself. Nature maintains a balance in the world ecosystem through the interactions of the above elements. Nature maintains its own purifying system in which plants and animals play a major role. Problems began when the world ecosystem was violently disturbed by short-sighted activities to benefit the community. The ecological equilibrium has been disturbed in many ways by man's endeavors to improve his living and to discover the secrets of nature. The Constitution of India contains specific provision making it obligatory for the state to protect and improve the endowment of nature. However, in spite of the existence of several legislative measures for environmental protection, the implementation has been very tardy. The state pollution control boards are not very effective due to lack of sufficient staff and resources, and as a result, there is a steady deterioration in the environmental quality. Indian industry, which is responsible for air and water pollution to a large extent, has so far given only lip service to pollution control. There is general feeling that the industry is not fully willing to invest for protecting the environmental quality beyond the legal or statutory requirements. The environmental concern which we face today have global implications. The community of a nation has to act collectively for solving global problems. Some activists suggest an action plan for sustainable development and to protect the environment. Development activities cannot be totally stopped to save the environment. After the same time, it is possible to make the process of development safe by adopting suitable precautionary measures in line with nature's well-balanced ecosystem and by planning the environment side by side with the development planning. At the time of designing the development project, care should be taken to preserve all natural features such as hill, ridges, valley, waterfronts, ponds, spring, vegetation and wildlife, and to integrate them intelligently with the project design. The reason is that these natural features not only help in maintaining the delicate ecological balance and eliminating the pollution but also tend to reduce the mental tension so often experienced by people as a result of our fast life. The term sustainable development was coined by the World Commission on Environment and Development, headed by Dr. Mrs. Gro Harlem Brundtland, the Prime Minister of Norway. In its report, Our Common Future, presented in 1987, sustainable development was defined as the development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. Sustainable development therefore implies protecting the environmental wealth, human capital stock, land, water and air, ecological living and non-living resources and socio-economic resource base. Now, the conceptual interpretation of a sustainable development. In reality, all environment problems are development problems. Many alternate development strategies have been propounded and they are being implemented without adequate environmental safeguard. In general, sustainability implies continuity of all things that are basically positive and might be thought of as broadly desirable or admirable. Some other definition or interpretation of sustainability of sustainable development are as follows. The first one, sustainability is the ability of an activity or development to continue in the long term without undermining that part of the environment which sustains it. The second one, sustainable development is the development that seeks to improve the quality of human life without undermining the quality of our natural environment. And the last one, sustainability implies that human use or enjoyment of a world's natural and cultural resources should not, in overall terms, diminishing or destroy them. One reference is given to you, Society and Environment by S.C. Naik book. Okay. Now some questions for you to check your progress. Write the notes on. The first one, space is given below for your answer. The second one, check your answer with those given at the end of this unit. The first question, define and explain sustainable development. And the second one, discuss the debate on sustainable development. And some of the objectives questions are there in your chapter. First objective, at the time of designing a development project, care should be taken to preserve. There are 4 options. The first option, hills, second one, valleys, third one, spring, and the last one, none of these. You have to choose one. The second question, the United Nations Conference on Human Environment, which was held in Stockholm in 4 options are given. The first one 1972, second one 1974, third one 1976 and the last one 1978. The third question for the fill in the blanks, the Brundtland report on dash, the first option sustainable development, the second one our common future, third 3 laws of ecology and the last one none of these. The fourth one, name the odd ones. 4 options are there. The first glass, second plastic, C aluminium and the fourth one rubber. Fifth one also same, name the odd ones. First option hydrogen, second methanol, third coal and the fourth one iron. Okay, now we are going to see the intellectual property rights. First definition for that, a right that is had by a person or by a company to have exclusive right to use its own plants, ideas, or other intangible asset without the worry of competition, at least for a specified period of time. These rights can include copyrights, patents, trademarks, and trade secrets. These rights may be enforced by a court via a lawsuit. The reasoning for intellectual property is to encourage innovation without the fear that a competitor will steal the idea and or take the credit for it. What are intellectual property rights? Intellectual property rights are the rights given to a person over the creation of their minds. They usually give the creator an exclusive right over the use of his or her creation for a certain period of time. Intellectual property rights are customarily divided into two main areas. The first one, copyright and rights related to the copyright. The rights of author of a literary and artistic work such as book and other writings, musical composition, painting, sculpture, computer program and films are protected by copyright for a minimum period of 50 years after the death of the author. Also, protected through copyright and related, sometimes referred to as a neighboring right, are the right of performance, example actors, singers, musicians, producers of a phonogram sound recording, and broadcasting organizations. The main social purpose of protection of copyright and related right is to encourage and reward creative work. Second, we are going to see industrial property. Industrial property can usefully be divided into two main areas. The first one area can be characterized as the protection of distinctive sign in a particular trademarks which distinguish the goods or services of one undertaking from those of other undertakings, and geographical indications which identify a good as originating in a place where a given characteristics of a good is essentially attributed to its geographical origin. The protection of such a distinctive sign aims to stimulate and ensure fair competition and to protect consumer by enabling them to make informed choice between various goods and services. The protection may last indefinitely provided the sign in question continues to be distinctive. Other type of industrial property are protected primarily to stimulate innovation, design and the creation of a technology. In this category fall invention, which protected by patents, industrial design and trade secrets. The social purpose is to provide protection for the result of investment in the development of new technology, thus giving the incentive and means to finance research and development activities. A functioning intellectual property regime should also facilitate the transfer of technology in the form of foreign direct investment, joint ventures and licensing. The protection is usually given for a finite term, typically 20 years in the case of patents. While the basic social objectives of intellectual property protection are as outlined above, it should be also noted that the exclusive rights given are generally subject to a number of limitations and exceptions aimed at fine-tuning the balance that has to be found between the legitimate interest of right holders and of users.